This is where we're going to get to start dry heat forming rear windows. You know, really this helps you install them in one piece. It's going to be a
Using
fun
a
lesson.
dryer sheet, I just took a regular dryer sheet, I wet it. I probably squeezed out a little bit too much water. And to keep from scratching our glass, we can maybe lift it up from the window a little bit. And we'll just trim this all the way around. You can go in and do a wet test. Let's do a wet test real quick. To do a wet test, after we've got this shrunk down, and remember when we've shrunk this down, what we want to do is make sure there's no finger bubbles left here, or that all the film's tight right in here. To do a wet test, it's just like it sounds. Be careful when you're undoing these here. You see what happens in a school situation can happen in your shop. So be careful with these here when you're taking your defroster tabs. Pull the top down, then we're going to put it back up, and then we're going to do the bottom, and we're going to leave a little spot in the middle dry to where when we roll it across the window, you'll kind of feel it, but it's a good thing because it's keeping our liner in place. It's across. Down. Keep this nice and clean. We don't want to scratch it at this point. It looks good. Practice, remember, your heat is a constant. You've got your heat gun on high, and then the distance and the angle.
For now, let's watch our next clip from the retail shop with lots of great tips for you.
Here's a good example of a mixture. You know, we were talking about dryer sheet baby powder versus dry. This is one of our instructors, actually, Ish Gonzalez, and he just rolled his film up and unrolled it across the window. Just a little bit different angle. It's good to see the film from this angle and see what it looks like, get a different perspective on it. It's going down pretty quick, and again, just going across to the middle. The window is kind of divided up into 4 quadrants. And right here, we're cutting our final cut for the edge. All the shrink has been done. And this is going to be really interesting when we make this cut and pull this up. What you're going to see is we made this cut for the film to grow when we put it on the inside of the window because of the thickness of the glass. We're going to use tape. I would recommend using the 2-inch tape. And getting started, I'd put it all the way around the bottom there where Ish is putting it. Put it about 2 layers thick, so about 4 inches back, and then 2 inches going up each side and at least 2 inches across the top. Pushing it up on the glass. He gets it, and right here we go. He's going to roll it out, and what he's got to do, he's got to roll it out a little further right there, and then he'll use the roll as stability to get it down there and push it down behind that light. He got it good and wet behind that light. Sometimes they'll pop back up. Sometimes you'll have to put a little heat on them. Sometimes they just lay right down if you've got your window shrunk.
Watch this clip on making a relief cut. This one can save lots of headaches. Watch this.
It was over shrunk a little bit. We're going to pick the defroster line down there below it, go out about a 1/2 inch further, and go all the way to the edge. The trim on this car happened right at the edge of the line. The trim on this car happens to be taken out. If you're working on a car that the trims in there start from the edge of the glass and go out towards the middle of the window.
Well, here we are already at the end of an important section of your training. Now, with a little bit of practice, you'll feel comfortable using the heat gun, and you'll be amazed at what you can do with it. So, my suggestion to students at this point in the training is to tint your car, your friends' cars, co-workers' cars. Study these DVDs and practice what we're teaching, and the future is yours.